Hi guys, this is Naveen. Welcome to my channel and thank you for subscribing to VFX Masterclass, and this is all about visual effects. I would like to share my knowledge which I always use in production. Hope this might be useful for you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. And in today's video, I would like to talk about smart vectors in Nuke. Okay. So what is smart vectors? It basically creates motion vectors, and then we have to render this to an EXR format to use further. So you can get this tool by hitting tab and search for smart vectors, okay, or you can check in the tools panel, so you'll get it here. So smart vector is one of the best motion vector generator in Nuke, and this is one of my favorites and I use it all the time. And this has a downside, okay. This takes quite a lot of time to calculate and render, so you have to plan your shots in advance. So now I will quickly run through what's in there. So if I double click it, the first thing is the frame distance. I think you do not need to get worried about this. The main thing is the vector detail, and it's normally in 0.3. You can get better results with that, but if you want to get higher resolve, you can crank the value to 1. Okay, if you put 1 or 0.9, you will get a best result. This might take a very long time depending on your your system configuration and your frames. So in most cases 0.3 is okay, and if you want a good solve, 0.9 or 1 will be better. And if you know what the frame distance is, it sets the maximum number of frames which the motion is calculated. Okay, the distance is calculated in power. Now it's 6, right? So 6 to the power of 2 is 64. So the vector are calculated 64 frames away. Also you have mask input, and if you need to mask out some information which you do not need, you can use that. Then after this, you hit the export button and write this to an EXR format. The main thing what you have to check is the change the data type to 32-bit, okay, and then render this to an EXR format. So now let's bring in the smart vector render. So what you will notice in the first place is this will be pure black. It's because this is not an RGB channel, okay. This is totally a data information, and if you can check the drop down menu right here, okay, and you will find the motion data here. So how to use this? The first step is to take the vector distort node and connect it to the smart vector layer, and then take a merge and connect it to your shot, and connect the source layer which has been distorted, okay. So in this case I've used a checkerboard and added a transform and scaled it to 0.25. And if you click the vector distort node, you will see a lot of options. The main thing you have to set is the reference frame, okay, and that's very important. In this case, I have set my reference frame to 118 and click the set to current frame, and now you can see how this checkerboard transforms to the shot. All right, see how cool is that? Fine. Also, there is another way of doing it. Most of the time I prefer this way because it's quite fast and easy to work. This way is by generating an STMAP. So what you have to do is, like, if you click the vector distort node, you change the output type to STMAP, and also specify this reference frame, okay. So once you specify a reference frame and select the output and change this thing to STMAP and render this thing to EXR 32-bit. So this is an STMAP from the vector distort node, okay, and this is not a data pass, but all the information will be converted to RGB channels. So now we have to bring in the STMAP node and connect the STMAP to the map and merge it with the background. So for the source, let me bring the checkerboard, okay, which I used it already, and I've reduced the scale like before. If I play, this is not working, okay. The STMAP is not working, but the data is still there. This is because we haven't specified our UV channels. Right now our motion vector data is no longer a separate pass, okay, so we have changed this to an RGB channel. So we have to select the RGB channels in the STMAP. In the UV channel you have to click the RGB, and right now if you play, right now it is deforming to the shot. The another thing is that you will see a lot of distortion, this checker pattern. So to minimize this, what you can do is you can just add a blur to the STMAP and you can just blur it. So I've done it already, and I have increased this value to 100. See, this is without the blur, okay? See, it distorts a lot, and this is with the blur. You will have a less distortion. So this is up to you guys, so you can use it whichever way you want. So the next thing is what is an STMAP. Okay, STMAP is nothing but an XY information or an U information. So I'll take a constant, okay, and I'll use an expression node. So if we divide the width and the height by 0.5, we will be getting an STMAP. That's 0.05 divided by the width. See, so this is X value, okay, and if you do the same, y plus 0.05 and divided by the height. See, so now I got an STMAP. Fine. So this is how this is how the STMAP is being created. So if I check this, if I check this STMAP, check this, see, compare this. So what is the use of STMAP? Now you can also use this STMAP to get a point track. Suppose if you need to track this nose, okay, if you're using a point tracker, you can track it, but this might take a long time. Now I'll just select the point, okay. Then to go to your STMAP and select the same point, then you have to go to the curve tool and you have to generate this luma pixel, okay. Now I've already generated it, so you'll be getting a maximum luma data. So you have to copy this values and you have to paste it in your track. So now you can see the track is being applied, okay, and this is not a perfect track, and sometimes you will get error, okay, because of some sampling issues you might get error. So you have to just try it a couple of times. And also one more thing, you can use this STMAP for creating a fake fog. Okay, if you need to create a depth fog in your shots, and if you have an STMAP, you can create with that, because now in STMAP you can see that everything is stored in the red, green and blue. So you can see a lot of variation. What I did here is, now I've shuffled the red, green and blue to different channels, and I added a grade node, and if you just increase this lift, see, now you can create a cool looking fog. If I connect this to a checkerboard, you can connect it to different channels and see, you know, you can create a fog using this. You can do a defocus, you can use to blur this, a partial blur. So there are a lot of ways you can work with an STMAP. Also, if you add a grade node in between, and if you play with the white and black points, because this is an alpha channel, you check the alpha, and if you play with the black and white points, you can see an amazing result. So this is how you can use an STMAP to grade your shots, or you can use this to create a cool looking fog effect. Okay, so that's it guys. This is all about smart vectors and STMAP using Nuke. Try to use STMAP. Don't I prefer not to use smart vectors directly in the shot, because it takes a lot of time. It calculates every frame, okay, because it will slow down your PC. So better render your STMAP, okay. And also don't forget to check your reference frame, okay. This is very important. Whenever you create a reference frame, render a new STMAP and use it. Fine. Okay, and well, that's it guys for today's video. I hope you liked it. Please hit the like button and share a comment, and also do subscribe for more upcoming videos in VFX Masterclass. Till then, take care, bye bye. This is Naveen signing off.